Hello fellow humans, this is part 2 of my Spigot programming course. In the last episode, we set up the test server, IDE, and made a very basic plugin as an example. Today, we'll be continuing the course by making a custom command. To start, make a new package called commands. All lowercase is a package. Then, just make a new class in that package called whatever your command's name is. For this video, let's name it test command. To make this class a command, we need to implement the command executor class, which is provided by the Spigot API. You might notice that when you do this, 2 compile time errors arise. This is because for a method to properly extend command executor, it needs an onCommand method. To fix this issue, right-click on line 5, press Show Context Actions, and press Implement Methods, then press OK. Once you do that, a method called onCommand will appear. These arguments are honestly really terribly named, so I advise changing command sender to sender, s to label, and strings to args, as those names are a lot easier to understand. As for what these arguments even do, sender is the source of command, meaning whoever executed the command. Usually this is a player, console, or command block. Command is the command that was executed, as in the Java object, label is the alias of the command, and args is the command arguments. For example, if I were to write /give hepno_diamond1, give is the label, and hepno, diamond, and 1 are the 3 arguments. The onCommand method is what code is run when the command is run. Let's declare a player object, which simply is sender casted as a player. We do this because sender could either be a player or a console, so if we want to edit, for example, the player's inventory, we need to specify that it's a player object. Since we're casting the sender as a player, let's quickly add an if statement to check if the sender is an instance of player, and to return if not, as if the sender is a console, and we try to cast it as a player, that can cause errors, since the console is unable to be casted as a player object. Now, let's make this command actually do something. If we type player, then dot, then look through IntelliJ suggestions, you can see a bunch of things we can do. This includes sending a message with sendMessage, or for example perform command, which makes the player run a command forcibly. Then there's getter methods like getInventory, which if we look at its child methods, there's methods such as addItem, which can add an item to the player's inventory. There's a lot that you can do with these, so feel free to get creative. In episode 3, we'll be going over Java docs, where I'll explain how you can find specific methods much more easily. There's also Boolean checks, like isOp, which can be used in, for example, if statements to check if the player executing the command is an operator. Let's make use of some of these for our command. For example, we want to send you are op to the player if they are an operator, and you are not op to the player if they are not an operator. To do this, let's make an if statement, with the check being player.isOp. This will make the contents of the if statement run if the player is an operator. Then, in the contents, run player.sendMessage you are op. At the end of the if statement, let's add an else, and send the player you are not op in the else statement's contents. This will make it so that when the player types /test, it'll send you are op if they're an operator, and you are not op if they are not an operator. If you want these messages to look better, we can use chat colors. Chat color is an enum you can use to add color codes to a message. For example, we can put chatcolor.red plus a string, which will display that string in the color red. I'll put chatcolor.red for you are not op, and chatcolor.green for you are op. At the end, we need to add a return true, as commands have to end with a return. You may wonder why we have to use return true and not return false, and that's because putting return false would send the command back to the player in chat. Usually we don't want to do this, so I'll just put return true. To make the command function, we need to do 2 more things. First off, go back to the main class, and type getCommand, then the command's label, which is just what the player should run in chat when executing the command. In this case, I'll set it to test, but you can make it whatever you want. .setExecutor new test command. This registers the command object in your code. Then, go to your plugin.yml, which is located in the resources package, go to the bottom, add a command section ending in a colon, and as a child of that value, add the command's name you made earlier, followed by a colon. We can add additional information, but we don't really need to for now. Now, compile the plugin, put it in your plugins folder, and restart the server. As you can see, if we run /test, it says you are op, but if I deop myself and run it again, it says you are not op. It's a simple command, but I hope what I explained here can help you create your own commands. Your homework until the next episode is to create your own command, not the one I showed here, but your own command that does whatever you want. Thanks for watching. In the next episode, we'll be going over Java docs, allowing you to look up and read about methods in Spigot you can use to modify the game. as there are way too many to cover them all individually. Make sure to comment and subscribe if the video helped you. If you need additional help, join my Discord server, where I can help you with any problem you may have.